There is a quiet misunderstanding happening in your home, and it has probably been happening for years. You think you know how to tell your dog you love them. The treats, the cuddles, the special voice you only use with them, the way you rearrange your evening just to give them a walk. In your mind, the message is obvious. But your dog does not receive love in that language. They do not process affection through words or human gestures. They process it through something far older, something written into their biology by thousands of years of evolution, something that shapes exactly how they read safety, trust, and belonging. And here is what changes everything. Your dog has been answering that message all along. Not in words, but in 7 specific behaviors that happen in front of you every single day, behaviors most owners see constantly and never truly understand. Once you know what these moments actually mean, what is happening inside your dog's brain when they happen, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Watch your dog the next time they walk over to you in an ordinary moment. No call, no food, nothing special, just an everyday instant where they decide to come to you. Pay close attention to how they move. A dog who has not fully settled their trust in someone approaches carefully. Their body stays compact. Their steps are measured. There is a quiet tension held in the muscles, even if it is barely visible. But a dog who feels completely loved moves in a totally different way. Their whole rear end gets involved in the motion. The tail is not just wagging, it is pulling the back half of their body along with it. The head lifts. The steps loosen, almost bouncing. In some dogs, a full body wiggle starts at the shoulders and rolls all the way down to the tail. Animal behaviorists call this loose body language, the physical signature of a nervous system completely at ease. Every joint, every muscle, every part of their posture is saying the same thing at once: there is no threat here, and there is nothing to guard against. Dogs do not perform this for everyone. They reserve it specifically for the people their brain has filed under one category: safe, mine. And that filing did not happen because of a single good moment. It happened gradually, through every time you were predictable, every time you stayed calm, every time being near you simply went well. Their nervous system quietly kept score, and it concluded that you belong on the safe side of the ledger. If your dog brings their whole body when they come to you, that looseness is not a quirk. It is a verdict. You are at the park, or out in the garden. Your dog is several meters away, completely absorbed in a smell or a sound you cannot detect. And then, without you calling them, without anything prompting it, they glance back. Just a quick look to find you. And then straight back to whatever they were exploring. Scientists call this social referencing, and it is one of the most studied markers of secure attachment in the animal world. The behavior was first documented in human infants. A toddler placed in an unfamiliar room will explore, but only up to a point. Periodically, they check back toward their caregiver. Not because they need anything in that moment, but because the caregiver's presence is what makes the exploration feel possible at all. Remove the caregiver, and the exploring stops. The child becomes distressed and moves toward the door. Your dog does the same thing. And research into canine attachment has confirmed this voluntary check-in glance happens specifically with the person a dog is bonded to, not with strangers, not with other dogs. With you. What this tells you is something quiet but profound. Your dog is not simply enjoying the park. They are enjoying the park because you are there. Your presence is not background scenery to their experience, it is the foundation underneath it. Every glance back is them saying, without words, "You are my reference point, and as long as I can find you, everything here is fine." There is a real difference between a dog who dozes near you and a dog who truly lets go. Deep sleep, the stage where your dog's paws twitch as though they are running, where small sounds escape them, where their body goes completely limp, is the stage of total vulnerability. Every protective instinct goes offline. Awareness disappears entirely. The body becomes fully defenseless. And your dog chose to enter that state in your presence. This is not a small thing. In the wild, deep sleep is when predators find you. That ancient awareness has never fully left your dog's brain, no matter how safe and domesticated their daily life has become. Which means dropping into genuine deep sleep beside you is an act of significant biological trust, built through countless ordinary moments where nothing bad happened while their guard was down. Watch how your dog sleeps near you compared to how they sleep in another room, or somewhere unfamiliar. The difference is visible, deeper, slower, more completely surrendered. That softness is not just tiredness. It is evidence that your presence has become safety itself, something their nervous system believes completely. You are standing in the kitchen, maybe waiting for the kettle, mind somewhere else entirely. And your dog walks over and presses the side of their body into your leg. Not jumping. Not asking for anything. Just leaning. It is so subtle that most people barely register it, a quick pat, and life moves on. But this moment is worth pausing on. In canine social behavior, deliberate physical contact initiated with no food nearby, no excitement, no external trigger, is one of the clearest expressions of affiliation that exists. It is what dogs do with the members of their group they feel most connected to. They are not seeking warmth. They are not anxious. In a completely unprompted moment, they are choosing to close the space between you, because their body is calmer when it is touching yours. Think about what that means. On an ordinary afternoon, with nothing happening at all, your dog's nervous system actively seeks contact with you. Not because something is wrong. Because being near you, being against you, is where they feel most like themselves. That quiet lean is not a small gesture, it is a weight-bearing statement about the bond between you. Here is something you can test tonight. Wait until your dog is settled and looking toward you. Then yawn, a full, slow, deliberate yawn. And watch what happens. In humans, contagious yawning, catching a yawn from someone else, is one of the most reliable behavioral markers of empathy. The more empathetic a person is, the more likely they are to catch a yawn. For a long time, scientists believed this was a uniquely human trait. Then research on dogs began to surface. A study found that dogs yawn contagiously in response to human yawns, but significantly more often with their own owners than with strangers, and the effect was strongest in dogs with the closest bonds to the person yawning. What this means is that your dog is not simply watching you. They are tuned into you at a level that resembles empathy, so attuned that even an unconscious, involuntary signal from your body triggers a matching response in theirs. If your dog yawns back, that is not coincidence. That is the measurable echo of your bond. Most people focus on the excitement of a homecoming, the spinning, the noise, the chaos at the door. But the sign that matters most happens about 60 seconds later. Watch what your dog does once that initial wave settles. Do they find a spot near you and simply stop? Do they let out a long, slow exhale, the kind that seems to come from somewhere deep, and rest? That exhale is not tiredness. It is a nervous system completing a transition. Research into canine stress shows that dogs left alone experience elevated stress hormones for extended periods. The house goes quiet. The routine breaks. The person their biology is oriented around disappears. Your return does not just bring joy, it triggers a measurable physiological reset. Stress hormones drop. Heart rate slows. The body returns to baseline. And here is what tells you everything about the strength of the bond. The speed of that reset is directly tied to how securely attached your dog is to you. A dog with a strong, settled bond calms quickly, because their nervous system trusts completely that the source of their safety has returned. No lingering uncertainty. Just full-body recognition that everything is fine again. If your presence alone brings your dog from wound up to peaceful within minutes, that speed is the measurement of something real. You have become their emotional anchor, and they reset to you the way a compass resets to north. A loud noise outside. A stranger at the door. Something unfamiliar that their instincts cannot immediately place. Where does your dog look? Not at the thing that startled them. At your face. They are reading your micro-expressions, the tension around your eyes, the set of your jaw, whether your breathing changed. They are gathering information from the one source their brain has learned to trust above all else, you, before deciding how to respond. If your face stays calm, their alarm dials down. If your face carries tension, they escalate. This is called emotional referencing, and it has been documented across multiple studies as a behavior directed specifically toward the person a dog is most bonded to. Not strangers. Not other animals. You. But here is what makes this sign different from all the others. Nobody taught your dog to do this. Nobody trained it. They arrived at it on their own, through time, through accumulated experience, through every moment you were present and things turned out to be okay. Your dog did not just bond with you. They built a case for you, observation by observation, moment by moment. And in the moments that matter most, when the world feels uncertain and every instinct is firing, they present that case. They do not look at the threat. They look at you. Because you are not just their owner. You are their answer. If you watched this and found yourself thinking, "That's my dog," that recognition is not you imagining things. That is you finally seeing what has been there the whole time. 7 quiet behaviors. 7 pieces of evidence. All pointing to the same conclusion: your dog has been telling you they love you, every single day, in the only language they have. You just had to learn how to listen. Subscribe to Raffaloo. Remy has more to show you tomorrow.